Dear BPW members, a warm welcome to all of you. I have put together 12 points which show the challenges we face regarding the not finalized Congress accounts 2017. Goal of this statement. We know that the presidents of our federations and associated clubs are very busy with the challenges of their own entity. But if the constitution on international level gets violated, taking responsibility is vital. Respecting the constitution is basic for any organization. Therefore, asking for the final Congress accounts 2017 does not mean discrediting the work of any person. It just means fulfilling the duties. The 12 points of this statement provide you with basic information, which you also find in a written form on this password-protected website. Fact level. For accounts, facts and figures are basic. At the Executive Board meeting in October 2018, the immediate past international president informed the executive that she could not deliver the final Congress accounts. The following papers were available to the Executive Board members for accepting this fact and taking a decision. It was a very clear budget from Congress Coordinator and past International President Dr. Chanchanak Viravan, a not finalized budget of the immediate past International Finance Officer Roshan Strange, then the 14 invoices of the Congress Service Center, shortly called CSC, and a not finalized profit-loss statement of immediate past International Finance Officer Roshan Strange. Based on these documents and verbal explanations, the executive allowed the immediate past International President to get support by a lawyer. I wanted to know these basic papers for decision-making. It took me several days to analyze and to compare the papers and to get a clear view regarding the Congress accounts. You find all papers and my analysis in a Dropbox file on this website. And I found revealing facts. When I offered immediate international past president my support regarding the analyzed papers in 2019, she wrote that the papers I have analyzed were not valid. What an incredible answer. Why offering the executive board papers for their decisions which are not valid? Invoices of the Congress Service Center, shortly called CSC. Out of a total of $515,000 owed to the Congress Service Center, a payment of $191,000 is still pending. Therefore, I very carefully examined the 14 CSC invoices. Please have a look at the document 2.3 summary of the 14 CSC invoices, which is linked on the website. You can read this summary in 3 minutes. This summary of all invoices shows that we have consumed the services of every single item listed on the invoices. Compared to the Lucerne Congress 2005, for which I had the responsibility, and which took place in an exhibition hall, the prices for a 5-star hotel close to the pyramids were very reasonable. Therefore, BPW should follow business correctness, which means what we have ordered and consumed has to be paid. Contract with Congress Service Center and its subcontractors. Each president of a federation knows how to organize her annual meetings by following a correct business behavior like planning, asking for offers, signing contracts, controlling, submitting claims, paying the invoices and delivering final accounts. A signed contract with CSC obviously exists. Why does immediate past international president affirm that she has not signed the contract? Signing a contract, if the services have a value of more than $500,000, is mandatory. Now a remark to the CSC subcontractors. BPW International has signed a so-called general contract with CSC stating fixed prices. Therefore, CSC will not disclose the prices of the subcontractors. It's a matter between CSC and the subcontractors. Negotiating prices has to be done with CSC before a contract is concluded. Moreover, the invoices of CSC were never challenged in writing by the immediate past international president. Payment of debts or court case. Because BPW International has not paid $191,000, our organization faces a lawsuit. The constitution of BPW International follows Swiss law for associations. According to the Swiss lawyer, our organization will not win the case because of a signed contract, because we witnessed the delivery of the services, because no single claim contesting one of the invoices was handed in by the immediate international past president. And it is to say that a court case and lawyers will cost BPW International additional money. Attorneys. Here a survey regarding the attorneys involved in the issue. CSC has its attorney in Cairo, Emad Soliman. BPW International for the issue final Congress accounts. Immediate past president hired the law firm Shahid in Cairo. And BPW International has an advisor regarding Swiss law of associations, the Habibian Strange attorneys in Zurich. Sponsoring. The final control of sponsoring is the responsibility of the immediate past finance officer. Never ever a Congress got so much sponsoring, which was mainly organized by the immediate past Vice President, Dr. Ameni Asfour. CSC invoices define very clearly each sponsoring contribution by name of the sponsor, the sponsoring amount, and the purpose. You find a summary of all sponsoring contributions mentioned in CSC invoices in the document 5.3, Sponsoring Survey for Social Events. See in the Dropbox linked to this website. Conclusions of my analysis. The immediate past international president offers several stories, rumors, and accusations why she paid only a part of the CSC invoices. But when I carefully compared the two budgets with the not finalized profit-loss statement, I found another fact, which could be the true reason for the blockage. It's a possible Congress deficit. On one hand, this not finalized profit-loss statements shows a surplus of $141,000 regarding the social events. This profit is part of a big sponsoring effort. But on the other hand, unfortunate losses, which cannot be compensated by these benefits, are a reality too. For example, a minus of $110,000 between budgeted registration fees and actual registrations together with other incomes. A minus of $64,000 for Congress meetings and workshops. And here is to say, compared to former Congresses, the Cairo Congress lasted 1 day longer, which means additional costs of $60,000 for 1 day. Then a minus of $49,000 for ExCom members, staff, guests, meetings, travels, etc. Then a minus of $18,000 for ground transport, and a minus of about $25,000 for different other issues. Now the question of a possible deficit. As already mentioned, a possible deficit could be the reason that the Constitution got ignored and final Congress accounts are pending even more than 3 years after Congress. That instead of final Congress accounts, we have an intense distraction campaign with all kinds of stories, rumors, and accusations. That unfortunately, a war strategy got started, which even splits the executive board members and the international past presidents, and attacks members who want to rely on our constitution and on figures. That the $191,000 are not paid, and our organization has to face a court case, which, according to experts, we cannot win, and will cause additional costs for lawyers and court fees. And that motions to the issue have still not been voted on. Motions. For all presidents of our federations and clubs, delivering the final accounts of their annual meetings is self-evident. We therefore encourage all presidents to strongly request final accounts for our International Congress 2017 too. The International Board will have to vote on the following motions. Payment of the Congress debt to Congress Service Center. Then transfer of Congress money from Chase Bank to HSBC accounts. And Congress accounts to be finalized by the finance officer, Giuseppina Sedita, with accountant Roshan Strange. The motions were handed in by BPW Kuwait already on 12th of December 2020 and are seconded by BPW Italy, Bahrain, France, and Club EDEA Cameroon. You find the motions on this website. This website is initiated and established by Ursula Schmid, past President BPW Davos and webmaster, Dr. Catherine Bossart, Vice President BPW International, and by myself. This website is permitted by International President Dr. Ameen Yasfour. The website offers the members who support a non-aggressive solution based on facts and figures, a platform for information and exchange regarding the final Congress accounts. You can send comments, statements, or questions to Catherine Bossart or to myself. You find our email addresses on this website. BPW working culture. The current situation is disappointing and unfortunate, but an important test for our organization. Our members must be aware that distractions, a strategy of divide and conquer, and yet creating war only brings losers. Deficit or no deficit, only the finalized Congress accounts will bring clarity. Let us face also uncomfortable results. Let us take the time to look at facts and figures, and let us not just be believers. Let us exchange different opinions respectfully, and let's cooperate and support each other. In this spirit, I thank you very much for all your BPW commitments.